Hey students, this is Mr. Brinkmeyer, and you're watching one of the flipped classroom videos created for marketing. Today's lesson is the first of two about marketing research. If you have any questions during the presentation today that you're watching, please go to this website, todaysmeet.com/questionsaboutmarketing. When you get to this page, there will be a box that asks you to join. Please list your name and then your question once you click join. It'll show up here, and as you can see, we'll answer it in class on the following day. So, marketing research seems pretty straightforward, but it's more than just that. You can see the letters here, MIM. MIN stands for Marketing Information Management, and marketing research is a part of the process called Marketing Information Management. So what we're going to discuss in this chapter is how we gather information, how we analyze it, and how we then report the findings related to marketing goods and services. Every company uses marketing research in their own unique way, but some of the common examples are shown here. Identifying marketing opportunities, like how do we better address what exactly our customers want. It might also help to solve marketing problems. Our sales have dropped since we opened our website. Why is that? Next, it might also include implementing marketing plans, company plans to expand their company, and they're adding a new target market. How do they do that? And then fourth, maybe monitoring marketing performances. Just looking and seeing as a new product is developed, exactly how sales hopefully perform. Now, there's a lot of common examples of marketing research, some of which are shown here. First of which may be determining consumer attitudes and preferences. This is probably the most obvious example of marketing research and something that you've probably taken advantage of. It may also include testing product features. Companies certainly want to test their product before they release it to the general public. Next may be determining market and growth potential, meaning does the new product that we're developing, does it have the ability to make us money? Research is also often done to learn about competitive products. Not only do you have to be aware of what your company does well, you also need to be aware of what your competitors do well. And then that leads also then into what's the public perception of the company. It's a simple way to ask a survey or to ask an individual using a survey what they think of your company. When research is done right, it often leads to increased sales and profits. Now, I already addressed marketing information management. Really, that's part of this system. And again, the system includes the procedures and the methods used to help make business decisions. The marketing research part, which we just addressed, is really just a small part of the system as a whole. As you can see here, some of the things that a marketing information system includes customer profile data. Customer profiles we've already discussed once on one of the first days of class. We talked about demographics, geographics, psychographics, and even behavior. But as you can see here, it also includes more specific behavior, such as when a customer may decide to spend their money. It also includes shopping patterns. Shopping patterns are things like when I get paid, I spend most of my money on X, or how often do I buy the same product over and over again. A marketing information system also includes company records. Company records obviously are just about their own company, sales, data about their suppliers and vendors, production schedules, which basically means if we're going to make something, if we're going to manufacture something, what is the time frame that product takes to be developed and then sold to the market. and then also expenses are part of the company records. Competitor data is certainly very important, and one of the two terms that I really want for you to be familiar with here is market share. Market share is a percentage of the given company's sales compared to all others in the industry. Basically, if you take a product, let's say Coca-Cola, and if Coca-Cola sells 30% of all of the soft drinks in the United States, or even all over the world, their market share is 30%. Now, 30% may not sound like much, but when you're talking about a global industry like soft drinks, or if we were to use shoes, or if we were to use cell phones, 30% would be considered close to a majority, if not a majority. Now, the other term that's shown here is market position. And market position just basically ranks or uses those percentages of market share to then rank each of the competitors in that defined industry. Coca-Cola would likely be first, Pepsi would likely be second, followed by, I don't know what, probably Dr. Pepper or something like that. Also included in a marketing information system, you should expect to find things like price trends. You should expect to find things like laws and regulations that may inhibit or may define exactly how you can do your own business operations. And it may also include things like economic projections. Economic projections would include things such as what do we think the GDP is going to be, the gross domestic product, over the course of the next 2 to 5 years. It may also include things like exports and imports. Will they be going up? Will they be going down? And in what part of the business cycle are we in? Are we in a prosperity period of time? Are we in a recession? Are we in a depression? Now, what most students find more interesting is this next topic, the types of marketing research. All of that data is important, but it's really not that interesting to you and me. So when we talk about marketing research, first we're going to look at research, and we're going to determine whether or not that information is qualitative or quantitative. What that means is that if it's quantitative, we're measuring how much or how many of something. And the simplest way for me to tell you about this would be a survey. If a survey is being taken, there's a very good chance that whoever is organizing the survey wants as many people as possible to take it so that they can gather as much information. You can see that surveys and questionnaires are both quantitative. You can also see that there are different qualitative types of research done. Qualitative measures why and how. And typically, in order to obtain quality information, if you will, the best way to do that is to talk to individuals one-on-one. And surveys and questionnaires are not necessarily great for collecting quality data. You can see that the two types of research that are shown as qualitative are attitude and opinion research, and we'll talk about those shortly. Sometimes research can be both. Media research, sales forecasting, product research, and market intelligence are all examples of types of research that can be collected that can be either or both qualitative or quantitative. Now, the 4 types of research that we're going to focus on and that you should be able to understand are attitude, market intelligence, media research, and product research. As described, the type of research that businesses conduct depend on the problem that they're trying to solve. Our first one is attitude research. Attitude research is commonly referred to as opinion research because it's based on the opinions of those that are taking it. It often measures how people feel about products, services, companies, or ideas. One of the most recent examples of attitude research has to do with Lay's potato chips. You may be familiar with some of these flavors. This was part of the Lay's Do Us a Flavor campaign, and all they did was promote these on their Facebook page and on their website, gave people an opportunity to write in what they thought would be a good flavor of Lay's. They then took votes from individuals that cared to share their opinion, and then what they did was they got down to these final four, with the winner being Southern Biscuits and Gravy. Really? Southern Biscuits and Gravy? That sounds awful. Next is market intelligence. Market intelligence is concerned with the size and location of the market or the community and people, the competition, and the segmentation within the market for a product. The simplest example of this is going to be the census, which I'll show you here in just a minute. The census is just a population study that's designed and created by the U.S. government. It also could include things like sales forecasting and economic forecasting, which you can see shown there. This is an example of the U.S. Census and the city of Marion. So as you can see, this includes information, a ton of information about the community of Marion and its, in this case, ethnic makeup, but it also then includes housing information, as well as many other things. Education, health and economy, transportation, businesses, and overall geography. This information can be viewed by any individual just by going to census.gov, putting in the zip code that you're interested in looking up, and that information will then be available. Next is media research. Media research is also known as advertising research. It focuses on the effectiveness of the media, the selection, the frequency, and the ratings. Things like measuring tracking studies of internet media, researching print media through the use of surveys and focus groups, and one of my favorites, researching broadcast media, looking to see what people are watching on TV. You can see here the Nielsen ratings. The Nielsen ratings have individuals in their homes collecting data for them, sending it to them, and then telling them what they've been watching on TV, amongst many other things. You can see here that during the week of December 14th, these were the top 10 TV shows viewed on network TV, which would be NBC, CBS, ABC, and Fox. You could change that information, and you could also then look and see what people were watching on cable. On cable, you can see that it's very different. Our last type of research is product research. Product research focuses on evaluating the design of the product, the package, how the product is used, and even consumer acceptance. It's also used to collect information about competing products. New product research is especially important in the development of a new product. These may look foreign to you, but in the future they may not. Apple has already started to design patents and create patents that show a flexible screen. Some of you maybe that have an iPhone 6, maybe you already think that it does have a flexible screen, but that's not the point. Now, marketing information management or marketing research is great, but it is limited. It's limited by the amount of money and the time that a company can afford to spend on equipment and personnel, needed to conduct the research. Thanks for watching.